Hello again, 8:10 Monday morning. If you're a parent, you might think you'd find it pretty easy to spot if your child had an eating disorder. But a report out today shows that early symptoms are incredibly difficult for parents and GPs to detect. We're going to cross now to Richard Gaisford. He's at a leading eating disorder clinic. It's Rhodes Farm in North London, isn't it, Richard? What have you got to tell us?
That's right, Fiona. Well, this is a residential centre that's currently home for 22 teenage girls. Now, they all have very serious eating disorders. They've been referred here by their doctors and local health authorities because they desperately need help. And you can see from the viewing material on offer that it's a very serious problem they face and a very serious subject. Let's get inside into one of the meeting rooms. Let's meet Mum Rebecca, who's come to see daughter Faith. Now, Faith is 16. She's been here nearly 2 months. And Faith, why are you here?
I started to eat less and less and exercise more and more, so eventually my weight started to drop quite fast and people started to notice, and in the end I was referred here through a series of doctors and GPs and things. So
now Rebecca, you knew that she needed help. She didn't want help. She didn't want to come here. It's been a tough time for you as a family, hasn't it?
Yes. We could see it happened quite quickly. One day she seemed to be eating normally and the next she was eating less and less, and she didn't really want to acknowledge she had a problem. We were referred to our casualty department by our doctor quite early on, and then we went to a local health clinic. But actually, they didn't really seem to be doing very much. It was a very, very slow process, and I don't think they realised just how ill she was.
I know the doctor has been really good, your local doctor.
Yes, she has.
But Faith, you know, you didn't want to come here, and now you're here, though, you can see you've got a problem.
yeah, I mean, talking to other girls, we all bounce off each other, we all reflect each other's feelings, and you can see that it's really serious. I mean, people who were at the level of me then went lower and lower, and I could see how I could get down to a much lower weight.
You went down to 5 stone. I mean, you were getting dangerously ill. I mean, Rebecca, it's so hard to see your daughter in that situation.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating, and nothing you can say will actually get them to eat, and you just go round and round really frustrating conversations about food, and it becomes quite acrimonious. I would say that relations between Faith and I were very difficult by the time she was admitted here.
And just for you both, now you've been here 2 months, a big change in Faith?
She's almost back to the old Faith. We had a lovely day on Saturday, and yes, I can see that she's getting better.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you both for sharing your story with us this morning. Back to you, Fiona.
Thanks very much, Richard. So difficult for parents in that situation to finally decide to take action. We've got Emma Bacon here in the studio with us. Now, Emma used to be in exactly the same situation as Faith, really, didn't you, Emma?
Very similar.
But you've recovered?
Yes.
Now, how did it start, first of all?
Well, I think it's always very complicated how an eating disorder starts, but I think for me it was ultimately a result of sort of unresolved issues in my teenage years that I didn't really feel I was able to talk about at the time, that eventually came out, and I suppose I put them all into one box and then decided if I could control my weight and the food that I was eating, it would be something I could concentrate on and help me with.
And that is a common thing, isn't it? That people want that control over their lives, and that's the only way they know how to control it, by just controlling what they eat.
Absolutely, and they can do it that way without affecting other people. Most people with eating disorders come across as very successful, confident people, and they don't want to let other people around them down, so this is their way of having a secret thing they control.
So it started off as a control thing, a secret control, as you say. When did you recognise that it had actually become a disorder?
It took a long time. I would say it was about, I was being affected by the eating disorder for a matter of a year or two before I really came out of denial and realised that it was a proper issue. It wasn't until it was really affecting my life and my husband could sort of see the effects on a day-to-day basis and took me to see a counsellor at a charity called Caroline that sort of really helped me be able to work through the things I was feeling and realise that I had an eating disorder.
So it was your husband that spotted, really, that things weren't right. Did you know yourself, really, as well, that you had to get a grip on it and do something about it?
Well, I knew I was unhappy, and when the symptoms started to be more drastic and I was finding it difficult to work and to communicate with other people and live a normal social life, then it started to dawn on me it was a real problem.
And now you're back to normal, or are you? I mean, you look as though you are. You look really healthy.
I am really healthy now. I have much more balance. Is food
still an issue, though, or...?
I wouldn't say I'm 100% happy with my body, but then again, who is, really? I eat a balanced diet now, I have a balanced life now, and as long as I keep control of it and I keep aware of any symptoms that might come up, I think I'm fine.
Well, and you have an added bonus to be eating more, really, now, don't you? Because you're pregnant, aren't you?
I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just over 3 months,
That's
yeah?
right.
And so you have to be a bit more conscious of what you eat, I guess, for the baby now.
Absolutely. I think it's one of the things that drove me to want to get better. When I was very unwell, I thought to myself, I want to have a child one day, and that's not something that I could have had if it had continued the way that it was going.
Well, actually, because it can affect your reproductive system as well,
can't
it? Long-term starvation, really.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Emma, well, we wish you all the very best,
Thank
and good luck with your little baby.
Thank you.
You'll know the signs to spot, I guess, if your little child...
I would hope so, yeah. I would hope I'd be able to sort of see those things coming, but I think if you can help anybody's self-esteem at that early stage, then you're on the way of helping stop it happening.
All right, Emma, thanks very much indeed. More
Thank you.
information about eating disorders on the website.
It's brilliant. Really, really helpful. Really,
Yeah.
really helpful, because kids are talking about diet a lot more now at an earlier age.
Really?
It's secondary school, that, you know, they're 10, 11, 12 years old, they're talking about these things.
And boys as well, dear.
Absolutely. They're bombarded with images, and we're as guilty as anybody of that, aren't we? But anyway, 81189. Still to come this morning, a chance to win a holiday home on the Costa Blanca.
And the judges loved him, but you didn't, you nasty people. John Barrowman joins us live after being booted off Saturday's Dancing on Ice.